The NFL is on EA Sports as we bring you a look inside Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into the air right away is Allen. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
To throw, it's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Allen to throw once more. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills, touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bills will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
We're still in the 1st quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him, because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Throwing is McCarthy. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Here's McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. An inside give to Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones, 14 yards. And the Vikings are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Seven, our score after one. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They work now on 2nd and 9. And now they'll throw with Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. And again, it's Allen. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Now a 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. Here's Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Now Allen again. That's taken in by Shavers. And the Bills are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Allen now looks to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir from 3 yards out. And the Bills will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half. Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Slant route, and he's got Addison. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it's second down. To the air with McCarthy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. McCarthy going to throw again. He'll try to pick it up himself. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Touchdown, Vikings! T.J. Hockenson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that. Extra point attempt here still to come. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Looking to throw McCarthy. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Back to throw again. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. So here's a 3rd and 14. Back to throw. McCarthy. Catch made by the running back, Aaron Jones. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go with Jones. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. To the air, Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge, maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out, you can run wide receiver routes with him, you can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Here's Allen to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Again, they'll throw with Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on third down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the final minute.
We are 20 minutes south of downtown Buffalo. It is Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park, New York. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills. So glad to have you with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olson here in the booth. And off we go in Western New York. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And he'll take it for 4 yards on the game's first play. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 6. One of the tight ends motions right. Once again, it's Barkley. Room to run past midfield. And he'll finally be tracked down at the Bills' 31-yard line. It is a big play for the Eagles. And even 30 yards.
This is a combination of footwork and vision. His ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out 3 tight ends, big bodies, but the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass, and I think that's a little bit of what's going on here.
He's into space past the 25. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
3rd down and 3. They'll try to run here with Barkley. What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the 5. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. 1st and goal coming up.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space. And, man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up 1st and goal.
Here's Barkley. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he'll take it on in. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Eagles. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's 1st possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. Now Hurts and the Eagles will try the two-point conversion. Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and he's in for the two. So just like that, a quick 8-0 lead.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Allen gonna throw to get things going. This pass right side taken in by Cooks. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
So after one, it's the Eagles with the early advantage. More after this. You're watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, throw here for Allen. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a 1st down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That's into the hands of the fullback. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. They go play action now. Here's Allen. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down. To throw again, it's Allen. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be brought down. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Two minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop them. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
This is pretty impressive from the big guy in the middle, Mike. I mean, typically we see these guys make most of their plays on the interior of the defense. They're big bodies, they're run stuffers. But look at the athleticism here as he's able to get outside the numbers and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Allen now on second down. He's got it at the 3. And he's so close to the goal line. Couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up third and goal.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's third down and goal. Davis will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. So on third and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on fourth down. Taking care of it on the third down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Allen leading the Bills to the line for this 2-point try. He'll look to throw. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here comes Will Shipley on the return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Hurts looking to throw on first down. Flushed to his right. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
On first down, it's Hurts. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Here's Allen now on 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete. The coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Throwing on second down, it's Allen. That's taken in, it's James Cook. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second. We'll talk things over before third down. From the gun, here is Allen. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. They'll throw on first down with Allen. Pass complete right side to Kincaid. And he's very close to a first down. He's out after a pickup of 9.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Second and inches. Allen going to give it to Cook. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And a good job rallying to the football. Hold him just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
To the air on 3rd down, here's Allen. That is caught. Hooks gets the grab. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. 12 yards on that hookup. 1st down, Buffalo.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Throwing again, it's Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
To throw once more, here's Allen. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell.
I think this is one of those interceptions, Mike, that when the ball left his hand, he simply just didn't even see the corner, and now they're playing what they call cover 3. So that corner, he's responsible for the deep outside 3rd of the field, and he's just playing in space, reading the quarterback's eyes, and he just threw it right to him.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end Goddard. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Big time play for Philly. That gains an even 60 yards.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end, but in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert 1st downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback for looking his way.
On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up 4th down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
4th down, here's Hurts. And he'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And he's not going to get there. Stopped short, and they turn it over on downs as we get to the end of the quarter. They go play action now. Here's Allen. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field. And not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he will be taken down, but there is a penalty flag down. A silly penalty may erase the turnover. On 1st down, it's Allen. That's to Kincaid once again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, Josh Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Allen to his tight end, Kincaid, and the Bills have a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll drop to throw. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Again, it's Allen to the air. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They come up for 2nd and 2. To the air once more is Allen. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late. Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
Well, you find yourself in field goal range. If it's successful, you take the lead. But they're thinking they want to put this game on the backs of their offense. They decide to go for it and fail. But the real story is, what a stand by this defense.
On play action, Hurts. And a good gain. He's going to be marked down right at the 20-yard line. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
Along the west coast of Florida, we're looking at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Tonight's a rivalry matchup in the NFC South. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off and running from Raymond James. On the return, here's D. Alford. And this drive will start inside the 25. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana, and I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
Nice cut back to the right sideline. And he will take this down near the opposing 35-yard line.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Another carry for Robinson. And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that is good enough for an Atlanta 1st down.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Staying with Robinson. Well, no repeat success of that last run as he only is able to get back to the line on this play. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot.
And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. So a picture-perfect way to begin this ball game, Brock. Their opening drive ends in 6.
Yeah, no question about it. That's how you do it. You work all week to script out the opening drive, and it's huge when it pays off like that.
Zane Gonzalez on for the point after try. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here comes Sean Tucker. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So here now are the Buccaneers on offense to begin their first drive. They are brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. First down, here's Baker. He's got Emeka Egbuka. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
New set of downs from the 37. Mayfield on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
First down throw here, Mayfield. Culp with a catch. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Sticking in the air, here's Mayfield. Throw is caught. And that is a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away.
He does not tie this game. His extra points off. They remain down by 1. Well, probably still thinking about that missed extra point, partner, but he's got to move past it quick as he gets forward to send this one away. Alford now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. 7-6 is our score. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a Falcon 1st down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. On 1st down, here's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's 2nd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Defense sent them packing back to their own side last play. Time to build on that with 2nd down. From the shotgun, Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw intended for Drake London. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Oh, Penix lost it, and the Buccaneers scoop it up. Hits the 20, gets the 10. And he will take it back. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping up that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on a scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
Mayfield's going to look to throw this. And this is caught as they hit the end zone for 2. Quick to capitalize, Brock. They ran the offense out in a hurry and had the 2-point conversion on to that fumble return touchdown.
I can't tell you how much I love that call. You're making that turnover sting that much more, making them dwell on that miscue. I guarantee you, it stings so much worse for watching 8 points go on the board than just 7. Way to rub a little salt in the wound.
And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it sets up 2nd down. Penix working from the gun. It is caught left side. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 43. Exactly 2 minutes to play in half number 1. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up. First and 10 from the 43. Throwing, Penix finds him over the middle. And they bring him down around the 34.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Gain of 9 yards on the play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta 1st down. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. And again, it's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
Kate, speaking from experience here, what happens now with the 3rd sack allowed, especially on an early down like that, is that head coach and coordinator going to have a conversation? Okay, we got to fix this. Do we slide? Do we chip? Do we keep more people in? Because the one thing you can't do is keep getting your quarterback hit.
Offense needs to shake off that sack in a hurry as they get ready for 2nd down and 13. Throwing from the gun here. Oh, Penix lost it, but it looked like a Falcon swooped in and got to that football. Yes, they recovered. They're keeping possession. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Well, they got the football back, Brock, but things don't look much better. It's 3rd and long. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's incomplete left side. Trying to find his tight end. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, get to down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Tucker now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. And backed up this deep in their own territory, probably content to just take that lead into the locker room. Tampa Bay bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And the Bucs have the 1st. Baker now from the gun. This complete to Culp. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Cut out left. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. They get 23 on that one. And that will be a Tampa Bay 1st down. Throwing again, it's Mayfield. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
Throwing again is Baker. Caught just shy of the goal line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers will add to their lead at the end of the half. Mike Evans with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
All right, here we go, Brock. Todd Bowles believing in his offense. They're going for 2. Baker throwing again. And he's got it. They get the conversion, and that's going to extend their lead. Worked so well the first time. Hey, why not go right back to it? See if you can be successful again. They do, and they are.
And I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because you almost feel the confidence, right? Like if you get it the first time, you're almost playing with house money. Even if you fail, it's still 14 points. It's not really a failure. And if you get it, well, you gain even more confidence and make that opponent think that much more.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's Carter on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. 1st and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. Now this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. The call came in before the teams even hit the locker rooms. We're skipping halftime. We're starting the third quarter right away. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here comes Cameron Johnson. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Buccaneers getting their offense set to go to begin the third. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. First down, looking to throw. Mayfield. Into the hands of Culp. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Bucs have the first. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Evans, left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
5 still to go here. This is second down. Mayfield thrown out of the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down. Once more, it's Mayfield. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Sticking in the air. Here's Mayfield. That one connects. And that is a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
All right, here we go, Brock. Todd Bowles believing in his offense. They're going for 2. Mayfield to throw again. And that pass is complete for 2, and their lead grows further. And they stay perfect, Brock. That's a perfect 3 for 3 now on 2-point tries. Is it just automatic at this point that if there's a touchdown, they're going to go for two?
Well, I think until this defense stops them, that answer is going to be yes. It's not supposed to be this easy. I mean, the numbers tell you you're not supposed to have this kind of success rate, but it's really clear this defense has no answer. Run, pass, confidence, the offense is owning them.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Here's Carter on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And they have tried on occasion to ramp up their passing game, but just nothing has worked with consistency yet, Brock. Might be why they trail near the end of this third quarter.
You sure love teams who excel on the ground, right? You love a physical game of football who can hammer at the opponent. But in today's NFL, it's just impossible to win if you don't have a passing component that's balancing it out.
Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. Here's Robinson to start the drive. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Stopped that time by Jamel Dean.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Penix dialing up a receiver screen. And he's brought down at the line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Six yards to go here. It's 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. Mooney downfield, and he has it. Gets it to the 15. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons start the second half with some needed points. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Gonzalez now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons drop the lead back to 13. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Tucker now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They get 19 on that pickup. And the Bucs have the first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. The Buccaneers have that football, partner, and more importantly, they've got a good lead. And what a jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First down, here's Baker. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. DeMarco Helms with the INT. And he brings it back for the pick six and the Atlanta touchdown. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Gonzalez connects on the point after. And the Falcons get it back to within 6. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Johnson now on the return. And he pushes them up to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the pick, here's Mayfield again. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Sticking to the air here. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. But I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
And he's down to almost, no, they're actually going to give him the 30 here. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He's going to throw it again. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Still working from the 30 as they line this up. 2nd and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. Nothing doing there as the 2nd down pass falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner. And throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on and on.
Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its 2nd. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game. Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4th. He's back to throw. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs. Now we see after that play, one of the Falcons having some trouble out there. They'll head out to look at him. Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
That is some serious defensive urgency that really does, Kate, match the situation we're in. This is a one-score game. Even though they have gotten after this quarterback all game long, they know they can't let up now.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That one intended for Drake London. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
So the heave knocked away from the intended target. That brings up 4th down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Desperation time here. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Right side, hauled in by Godwin. And he can't escape, Brock. They lose yards, but defensively, no timeouts left to stop the clock and take advantage. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They're going to pass it here. Short pass brought in. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. They're a rookie out of Oklahoma there to make that play.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Third down, line to gain, 9 yards out. Setting up to pass. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 4th and long. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it. Back to throw it. And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead just a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
This is thrown towards a defender instead, man. He's the one who makes a play on the football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on 1st down.
Kate, what I love about that play, everybody can see the pass breakup, the knockaway. You can see the result. What you don't see are the fundamentals. The corner's job of mirroring that route, being stride for stride, and then having the great anticipation and timing to knock it away.
And this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. And they'll spike it here and leave us with 45 seconds to go. With 45 seconds showing on that clock, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Now to throw. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on third down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
Had to force it on fourth, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jacob Parrish. And the Buccaneers make the play that should win them this game. No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. Here's a design run. Sound the cannons, baby. The Buccaneers win it here in Tampa. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.
Weak secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To the air right away. Here's Shuck. This one complete. It's Devon Vele. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
He finds his man Johnson. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Here now, a 3rd down and 8. To throw now, Shuck. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So on 4th down, Kai Kroger on to punt for New Orleans. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing, Mayfield. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Anytime they think they've got him open beyond the markers, you know they're going to throw it his way. And that's not going to change even after that incompletion was forced.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. That's caught. Emeka Buka. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance, because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
And now Baker going to change it up. They go play action. Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Mayfield now. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. They'll try and throw for it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mayfield to throw it. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Second and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Mayfield with it once more. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bucs post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Todd Bowles leaving his offense on the field. They're going to go for 2 here. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us? Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Over the middle, he finds Vele. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Shuck. Finding Taysom Hill complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Shuck. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. That's taken in left side by Vele. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Now Mayfield. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Getting to him for the loss there, that's Kalijah Kancey.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On play action, Shuck. He lets it go deep for Olave. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Shuck. He shakes him off. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. They're going to try and throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And this is caught by Evans. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. To throw, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Mayfield on play action. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand to Kamara. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 6 coming up. From the gun, Shuck. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Shuck. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, 51 yards. And the Saints use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So Mayfield and the Bucs down 10-6. A little under a minute 50 remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Baker. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Mayfield to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. This is 1st and 10. Mayfield. Throwing left side, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Now the Bucs offense will stay out there as they'll go for two. Mayfield to throw. And no, it's incomplete. So they can't convert for two, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the fourth. So the inability there to get the two-point conversion sort of leaves the door at least a little bit more ajar.
And puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff. Got to be careful. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now all the focus shifts over to the Saints, trailing by 2. A little over 20 seconds to go. Needing at least 40 yards, you'd have to think, to have a shot. Back to throw. He's got his target. It's Olave. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Now second down and a few inches. He's back to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And this one won't be remembered for many offensive fireworks, but they did enough to get the job done.
And that's why it's a team game, because sometimes you have to lean on one part of your team. And they leaned on their defense. In fact, they probably went over there and asked for some help. Like, guys, we just don't have it in this one. Can you hook us up? And they did in a big way. Said, no problem. Put it on our shoulders. We'll carry you home. And they did exactly that.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa. This is the Madden Championship Series on EA Sports as we join you from USAA Stadium. USAA proud to serve the military community and their families. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Two teams that met back in Super Bowl 37 in San Diego. The Bucs and Raiders are underway. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. That one complete to Trey Tucker. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. Off of play action, here's Smith. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Now Geno. They'll get this out to Genty. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Mayfield now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. After the interception, here's Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Michael Mayer taking it in. And the Raiders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position and only one play to score it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Mayfield. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now Mayfield able to get away. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Mayfield and the troops staying out and going for it on 4th. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Jeanty, 29 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Carlson now to add. extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he returns this to the 22. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield to throw it. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Throwing, Mayfield. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Mayfield with it once more. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Mayfield. He completes it to Evans. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers are back within a score. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. There's the stiff arm. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles, they got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would... Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Following the interception, Mayfield. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Mayfield looks to throw. Short pass tip, but caught anyway. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. To throw, Mayfield. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here is 3rd and 5. And again, it's Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Emeka Egbuka in the final seconds of the first half. And the Buccaneers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. McLaughlin for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So I'm waltzing down Main Street, got an umbrella, just a torrential downpour, and I look over, and this guy's stone-faced wearing a poncho that says, "Don't rain on my parade," and he is just angry. And we got to go. I'll tell you the rest later. Here we go. Third quarter. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a catch right side by Evans. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Looking to throw. Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 30-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
They'll drop to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th, and he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Bucs take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try and move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Now 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Smith. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
That's complete. It's Ashton Genty.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here now, 3rd down. From the gun, here's Smith. That's complete to his rookie 2nd-round pick. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They got the completion. Now, they probably had 2 plays called in the huddle, so they've got to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and run their 4th down play.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Here's Smith. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Mayer. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow, Carlson on for the PAT. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was finished off by a Michael Mayer touchdown grab. Now this one set. Up for a great finish, all tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Here's Baker. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Under 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. Now 1st and goal. Here's the first carry for Sean Tucker. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Baker changing the play at the line. Mayfield. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here is Geno Smith and the Raiders. Down 28-21, 30 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. Smith's going to throw it. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. So it's a win for the Bucs here, and it was thanks in large part to the play of their quarterback, CD, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, there's no question who the star of this game was. What a performance throwing the football. Over 300 yards, 4 touchdown passes. That's quarterbacking at an elite level.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the heart of Spain and the magnificent Santiago Bernabeu in the capital city of Madrid. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
On play action, May. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Play action here on the first play from scrimmage. They want to see how the linebackers are going to react. Are they looking to stop the run? Or are they going to sit back in coverage? A really nice job there of going in attack mode early, and they pick up a quick first down.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. They'll throw with May. Short pass caught by Henry. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 29-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On first down, it's Henderson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Off the play fake. Here's May. And Diggs has it. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. To throw, it's May. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Keyshawn Boutte from 13 yards out. And the Patriots are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
Now a second and 10. Here's Mayfield. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. Mayfield now. That is caught. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Mayfield going to switch things up here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. Quick throw, finding Mike Evans. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now Mayfield. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. Mayfield looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive goes a full 80 yards and 10 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Oh, look at the juke. And able to get this out to the 25. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He was 4 of 4 on that opening drive, including the touchdown pass, as he'll try again here to duplicate that success, starting with a first down. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. May. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And they go play action with May. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
Here's May. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Mayfield now from the 50. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans from 19 yards away. And the Buccaneers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The tight end Henry here in motion. Throwing here is May. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To the air, May. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
This time they stay on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Bryce Behringer now. On the return, Johnson. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Final play of the half, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission. Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the third quarter we march. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller, because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Mayfield to throw it. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. To Evans on the slant. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. And this is caught by Evans. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. Second down and 3. May going to give it to Henderson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll throw with May. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Henderson running straight ahead. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 41 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield now. Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And they're going to go with the jet sweep. This is Diggs with it. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. From the shotgun, May with it. He completes it to Henry. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. To throw, it's May. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. This is caught by Evans. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now a 2nd and 2. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. He'll find his tight end, Payne Durham. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Going to the air again with Mayfield. He's got room at the 30. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. Mayfield looks to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Emeka Egbuka, a 7-yard touchdown grab. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the 4th quarter. And whether they got that bonus touchdown or not, it's been a pretty impressive performance.
And they did it with not much time left, but they took what little time was on the clock and used it well, didn't they? Put a real exclamation point on their win with that score.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that stretches the lead to 27. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Complete. It's Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said,